Hello guys and welcome back to another video where today we're doing another react video. The only reason I'm doing this is because the last one got a lot of views and anyway, let's jump in. This is France, by the way, French modern history. This is the French Revolution against the monarchs when Napoleon took place. Obviously, that's one of the main things up here. The guillotine is close. He's dead. Yep, but they changed the flag. They didn't like the old one. These are the other monarchs who are getting killed, like the monarch and the heir. Well, there is one monarch here, but they don't kill, I think. Yep, this is the start of the wars. So the new French try to attack Austria and Prussia for some reason. And it would have worked. And they do it for land and also Spain, UK, and the Kingdom of the Two Sicilies, which I already thought of as nations, by the way. Just saying. They're all against France. And also the Austrian state. This is probably Luxembourg or Dutch Empire. These are revolutionary ideas. Go attack Britain. This is the guy. But they're cornering Austria. Yep, they want peace. Yep, they're trying to attack the Ottomans. Just mind their own business and go on to attack the Napoleon comes in. Look at this. Bang bang. He's running away. Yep, it's because of the British, by the way. So he's putting revolutionary ideas into Switzerland, Savory, which is that little place he conquered earlier, and the Roman states, which is just like modern day. All of these are modern day Italy, except for Swiss Confederacy, which is modern day Switzerland. So that was, yeah, that's just kind of okay, right. So they have Portugal, UK, Austria, and Russia. Oh no. So this is when they're marching up to Russia. This is when they're attacking Genoa. Alright, this is the main part. This is how they lost the war, the French. So it's because of the UK. The British Empire. He's bold! I always want to say that. So he's putting on a wreath to show his devotional thing. Oh, this is okay. So if you don't know, at this time there's totally the United States is just forming. And this was the French states in America called New France. And they sold it to the US for a lot of money. And then the US just took over New France. So that's the I'm not sure what state that is. I'm not good with my US states. I don't live in North America. I live in Europe. Yep, he has troops, but Bo has ships. Look at this. Master of the Continent versus Master of the Seas. This is the third coalition, so like the third war. And there's also Sweden. Yep, it's because for every 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Russian soldiers, there's 1 Swedish soldier. It's because they're working together. and Sweden joined. Oh yeah, Kingdom of Two Sisters died. Austria ran away. These guys were held down. And that's Prussia. Yep, they made a mistake. They're fleeing. Also, that's what like Poland is. Oh wait, this is the French trying to form an alliance with Spain. Yeah, they're in negotiations. So this is when they were trying to get help because they were literally broken. And the, and the British shot down, because they're the Masters of the Sea, they shot down their ship. And then they were misloaded. And then they shot the Spanish monarch, I think it was, the person who wanted to form an alliance died. And I think, well, no one knew that he died because of Napoleon. No one, or British, but now we know. This is Portugal joining the Napoleon. This is France declaring war on Portugal and attacking. They want peace. Oh, this is when he makes his mistake. So this is the Spanish monarchy, and he tries to kick him out. He's not make a good idea, Napoleon. Because look, he's fighting with so many people now. Look, he's fighting with the Spanish, the British, and the Spanish. This is Prussia right here. Okay, right, that's the Polish area. This is where Poland because they're helping. Russia tries to form alliance. Well, they want to see it. Which just happened. And then Napoleon's very angry. And that's pretty great. So he's going up to Moscow. Which, by the way, we are doing another one on the history of Poland. And Moscow's been attacked a couple of times. Not today, though. This is the Russia war. Russia fled, and then look, they take over Moscow. And this is a siege of it when they set it on fire. Yeah, it's snowing. This is because Russia's always struggling with snow, but every other country is not. Because France is not snow. Only the countries that are like snowy, like Poland, Ukraine, Belarus, Czech Republic, and Slovakia, and the Nordics may have a chance, but France doesn't. Yet to their freedom. And the Russians are beating it. Because it's snowing in this area. In Lithuania, it's snowing. Okay, right. So this is when the Russians, Austrians, and Prussia start to team up and start to defeat the Napoleon Empire. That's when the Spanish and the British are there. And this is when Napoleon's caught in abdication. So that's when they like kick him out of France. He's forced. And he's put on the island of Elba by these three. And then, so they want to bring back the old French monarchy, which is why I said at the beginning that there was still, someone left. So that's how they bring it back. And because these guys all like monarchy. Monarchy was the thing then. But now it isn't, because like the French technically won. There's no more monarchy. Austria, there's no monarchy because of the First World War. Same with Germany or then day Prussia. And then this one was because of the Russian Revolution, which I will get onto that one day. Yep, this is when French soldiers, the French people come to rescue Napoleon from the island of Elba. So he's back. And the soldiers start to keep up. Yep, he's chasing away the monarch. Yep, and all the countries are back at it again. Oh, this is an important one. This is Waterloo. If you know, you know. And this was actually in like Belgium area, not in Britain. Just it's when the British soldiers from Prussia were, Yep. See, I told you, it's in Belgium. Yep, they're pushing them back, and they're in Paris. Yep, they're launching onto Saint Helena, which is like a rock, and the reason why no one can get onto it is because it's like it's just a lonely, desolate island. He dies here, by the way. Rest in peace. So this is Austria and Britain, like making them back into the monarchy. That's Bourbon restoration. The monarchs are still unhappy. No, the peasants, because they don't like the monarchs. This was King Charles X. So he was the last monarch. He was the one who was just there. And then he was scared. He was kicked out by King Louis Philippe. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Sorry for you guys from France. I'm not from France. And he was the one who preferred the new French flag. Just when it's want to change. So he invades Algeria. And also, these are the monarchy. And the peasants aren't happy. They overthrow the monarchy one last time. I think the monarch survives. He doesn't die this time. He's sad his power's gone. But the people want French independence, and they set the royalty on fire. So there's no monarchy. Those are the second French Republic. Okay, this is Louis Napoleon Bonaparte, president. So this is not Napoleon. He died. This is a different one. Napoleon III. This is when Russia was attacking the Turkish at the Crimea. Or the Ottomans, and then France helped, and the UK helps as well. They take them out. This is when Italy wants to be unified, but Austria is holding on to all these states in this little area here, and it needs to be part of Italy because they need to unite. And obviously it's not fair fight because France joins and helps. And these are the expansion plans. Oh, they're looking at Mexico. I'm not sure what year this is. Because it's like 18 something or 9. It's not the 1900s yet. It's when they try and attack Mexico. They could have, but the US stops them. So this is, and then they just run away. As you can see, the flag has changed. And they want to claim Indochina, like this area. So Vietnam, Laos, all of that. Cambodia too. Oh, this is a very important part. So these are the German states. This isn't Austria. Austria still lives. This is not Austria. These are all the German states that aren't unified. And then Prussia wants to unify them. Because that's Prussia and these are all the other states. And France doesn't want this to happen because a unified Germany will be very hard to defeat. And my goodness, they are right. So they declare war on unified Germany. You're like, if they help or they help, everyone has to. So they overwhelm them because they're still weak after the Napoleonic War. So they invade Paris again. Germans invaded Paris twice now, but they've actually invaded it 4 times in modern history. Because one for Napoleon, one for this war, this is the France of Prussia War, and then one for World War One and Two. This is before they become the German Empire, by the way. The Treaty of Frankfurt is signed to order peace. But they still the alas, or whatever you want to call it. This is the Italians, the UK and Germany talking about African expansion plans and what can label as what part. And France joins in Algeria. I started claiming this because they already have Algeria. This is all of French Africa. And this is the Eiffel Tower plans. It happened in 1880s or 90s. This is French holding on to Morocco. And this is the German Empire trying to take it. Obviously, no. Yeah, this is the 1900s now, because that was pre-Prussia war already, and they hate each other. So this is the Entente, or Triple Entente, or the Allies, which is Russia, France, and UK. Oh, this is a good part. Oh yeah, this is what I was talking about in the last video. You see, this is what I meant. They killed the Austrian monarch and his wife because of the war. Austria-Hungary joined. Austria-Hungary declares war on Serbia. Russia helps. Germany helps against Russia, and then France helps against Germany. Heir to Austria's throne is slain with his wife by Bosnian youth. Francis Ferdinand shot. I can't even read that. Francis Ferdinand shot during a state visit to Sarajevo. Yeah, it was bad. Yeah, this is this is like the wait, hold on. Plan 17. The plan was to invade, but it was wrong, horribly wrong. Yeah, that's fine. It's because they have better weapons. The plans failed. They're not happy. Invade Belgium. This is the Schefflin plan. Invade Belgium. Invade France. Defeat Russia. They're missing about the UK, bro. It might be you. Let's say. Likewise, this is Germany attacking Belgium, which is also on France's side. So, I think France borders up everything. Are they trying to attack from Belgium? What did I say? What did I say? We're looking to get to the coast. So they see the French digging trenches and the Germans order troops to do the same. So you see, this is in Africa because Belgium owns a bit of Africa and they're trying to attack them from there. The Germans are free and these are just the states. Yep, these are all the soldiers dying. Oh, right, look, they're sneaking past. They're little sneakies. Okay, this is the mustard gas war crimes. It happened to Germany, Russia, UK, literally everywhere that was on the good side. So they were winning, that's why they used it. This is the protection. Oh, this is an important part. See, they don't have as much troops and they sneak behind the back. Also, when Italy joins the war. This is the Treaty of London entering Italy in the war. 1917, entry of Greece into the Great War. Bulgaria, I feel sorry for you because you're the smallest one on the Central Powers. No wonder you agreed peace first. This is when the tanks are made. Also, when the US joins, and look at this, Germany's so frightened. Oh no. This was after. This was when Germany surrendered on the armistice because they collapsed, and Austria-Hungary got a similar fate, as we know. The Great War ends. Okay, this is their revenge for that. This is at the very end. Great War ends Monday, 11th, 1918. Washington, D.C., 3 a.m. Armistice signs have been signed. Armistice signs have been signed by Germany. The State Department announced at 2:45 this morning. Red flags fly over all big German cities. Yep. So this is the French's revenge because you remember they stole the land? They're stealing the land back. They're unifying France. This is Stalin, by the way. They took that as well. So these were owned by France and they lost their colonies to the British. And people were really sad. Like the French were really sad because of how much people they lost during that war. And so they come up with the idea of war reparations. This is the Weimar Republic or just Germany. Call it either. And they wanted war reparations after, the massive war that happened. And I agree with them. They deserve war reparations. But they were a newly made republic after the Great War, so Germany is required to pay reparations to the Allied powers. 132 billion gold marks. So this is in dollars. I don't know. I use different currency. So $843.4 billion in today's money. So if anyone can figure that out into like euros, then tell me. And look, this is the sad part. This is the Great Depression, and no one had as much money as they did before. And they were a newly formed republic, but they were broke. And so this was when they were attacking the factories, so they could get their money back. Okay, this is when Hitler took control. 1933. This one gets interesting. So he took back the zone. This is when it gets hard, and then he takes over Austria. France is just ignoring the fact. And once they go to Czechoslovakia, which I feel so sorry for, man. They've had so much bad things done to them. Put it out in the chat for me. I keep clicking the wrong button. And so they make the agreement. This is the Munich Agreement. 1938. To agree that Germany will only attack Czechoslovakia and not Poland, because Poland is part of the Allies. So they leave, and they steal the part. Yep, they start the war. You stupid Germany. You still have one. Oh my goodness. So this is one day when they're making a new plan. And they start taking over swiftly back in, but the Germans come in. And then they start to attack Belgium, Luxembourg, and Netherlands, which, by the way, after the Great War, they all endured some losses in territories and stuff because of the Great Depression. And so they're involved now. Oh, they have powerful tanks, by the way. And so they make their way. They pass Paris. The Russians are about to panic over. But what? Yeah, so the corner. What did I say? Basically Germans. And this is the Republic of France, the Vichy France. And they were they're on German side. They are all over the UK. You have Volta, which is a UK state. And that was Free France. And they wanted to be independent again. They took back their land and started to attack again. Oh, this is the Japanese. I'm pretty sure they were involved as well. And then they just attacked Italy and Poland. Because why not? Because they're all in the war. And Belgium is next, so they're a little bit now. And they're gonna liberate Belgium. It's likely to keep doing what they have done. This is when the colonies and the people start to attack. That was French Syria, and then look, they're attacking Egypt. This is the North Korea. This is when they take part in the conquest of that area. And this is their plan to attack Italy. This is how the Axis started to lose the war. This ties in with Yugoslavia as well when the Soviets joined. This is, I think it's like 1940. Yeah, no, well, it's always 1940. It's 1943. Or 44. And so that is like, so this might be a bit confusing, but that was, the other state was Italy when it was under like Mussolini's control, and then they rebelled. And this is the new Italian state. So this is the one that wants to be democracy slash monarchy. Get rid of the monarchy part now. Okay, not the great supplies. And then they start to attack. This is D-Day. We have a new capital. So we retake back Paris, and people are happy. And so they start to lose the war. Yep, the war is in Soviet war. And so this is the partition of Berlin. The Soviets claim East Berlin, and all of this is West. That this is the Soviet zone, American zone, French UK zone, and the French zone. So Austria is like, well, they are rebuilt eventually, but it's Germany that gets rebuilt first. And so they want to, they're like, you know what? We'll unify Germany, but if they attack again, they're not getting unified. So this is 3 pointers. See, I'm missing an eye. They're giving money to rebuild. This is the United Nations. Yep. No, this is NATO. So United Nations is something different. This is when Vietnam broke free. This is the Vietnam. And the French leave, which is higher. I was during the Cold War, and the Soviets helped them, the North towards communism, and the US helped the South with democracy, which we'll see in another video. This is Algeria breaking free. They fought so hard for this one, I remember. But Ivan has new weapons, so it's not as easy. So this is Egypt, and this is when these are all the independences. It's meant for them to leave Egypt, and they're very reluctant that they leave Egypt. And the French slowly start to lose their colonies. So the Algeria declare independence. These are all of the French colonies. Oh yeah, this is so funny. They come first, then the Soviets join, then the British, and then the French are very last in their hurry. Military independence. And this is all where all of these guys sign, and then the evening. This is the Vendée email.